Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about all the questions that you had for me regarding future GTA 5 DLCs and a whole lot more. And I'm going to be answering all your questions in this video today. So as always, we got a lot to talk about, so let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. So our first question today is coming from the Undead Gamer, who says, do you think there will be a Navy/water theme DLC next? So this is a very common question that I got throughout this Q&A, and I did a dedicated video to the clues and the reasoning as to why I believe that I think sometime in the future there will be a water or sea-based DLC. However, because I got so many questions, I feel like I do want to briefly mention it. Yes, I do believe that there are hints and clues in the game that suggest we could be getting a naval, sea, or pirate update sometime soon. And it's also a theme that Rockstar has not explored. They've done a ton of land-based updates. They've now done 2 kind of air-based updates, but they've never done one regarding the sea, unless you include something like the Executives and Other Criminals yachts. So yes, I can definitely see something like this coming into the game, and I think that it could be absolutely awesome. Now, is it just a rumor and just kind of a theory for now? Yes, it is, but there's some pretty starch evidence that suggests Rockstar, with the clues we're talking about, kind of followed through with that. So we really just will have to wait and see. Now, kind of building off that first question, our next one comes from Michael Garrett, who says, if Rockstar does a underwater pirate-themed update next, what kind of vehicles could we expect? So obviously, just like with Smuggler's Run, the majority of the vehicles would likely be sea-based vehicles. I could see all types, small, medium, and large. So I could see small vehicles like super fast ski-doos and one-seater vehicles. For medium-sized jets, I could see kind of boats out of like Tropic Thunder, like super speeder boats and stuff like that. And the larger ones I could see more like mini yachts. So basically yachts that we have right now, maybe a fraction smaller, but the ability to actually control them ourselves, like drive and pilot them wherever we want. So that's sort of the thing I can see, but just like with all updates, whether they're land-based or not, like even what we saw in the San Andreas Flight School update and with Smuggler's Run, Rockstar are always going to do land vehicles, so there's probably going to be a handful of those that would be included too. I don't know. I'm excited for the potential that Rockstar could do in terms of vehicles and also in terms of what they could add in an update like this. Now, also building off that, we have another question from AST the Gamer, who says, what kind of business do you think we will get in a Navy DLC? So I think that it would be very similar to the way Rockstar do their business things right now. You would have a base of operations, whether Rockstar transforms our yachts into the base of operations or does some sort of crazy thing like making the aircraft carrier the base of operations or some sort of home on the water. I have absolutely no idea, but they'll make a base of operations, and then it's likely that they're just going to make you go from point A to point B, gather said item, and then bring it back. Now, there is the potential for pretty cool stuff here, like searching for crazy things underwater, which is an area that, for the most part, Rockstar have not explored all that much in-game, aside from various Easter eggs and collectibles that you have to find. So I could see the missions being pretty cool, but by now I think it's pretty repetitive. The go find something, get it, and then bring it back to base and then sell it. That's been something Rockstar is doing since Finance and Felony for the most part, so I would love it if they would branch out from that a little bit and try and do something different, but that system seems to be working really well for them, as that's all they've done for the last really handful of updates. So unfortunately, I don't see something like that changing. Now, that's a great segue into another question from Mr. 2X for the win, who says, do you think Rockstar will eventually change the way businesses work? And then he says, in quotes, passive and crates. So I don't think so. I think Rockstar are pretty stuck on their ways here. They really want you to only do the crate stuff or the mission or the work stuff in public lobbies, which is so unfortunate because the last 2 updates have made Grand Theft Auto Online free mode just an absolute war. And it is totally crazy where basically any lobby you get into, if it has, you know, a handful of players in there, is going to be just packed with people with armored weapons and vehicles. So sadly, I don't think we're ever going to be able to do them in things like friend lobbies or invite-only lobbies. And as far as changing from crates, I think that import-export was the farthest we're ever going to get from that, because bikers and gun running are really passive income. And at the end of the day, collecting the supplies is kind of the same as crates. So I don't think so. I think they think that that system works really well. I wish that they would be a little bit creative and do something different, but it works for them, and people seem to be at least enjoying it for the most part, so I don't think they will change on that either. Speaking of import-export, our next question comes from OG Pinhead Larry, who says, is import-export vehicle cargo still the best way to make money for a solo player? It's one of the best. Certainly don't do the smuggler's run money making, as it is pretty awful. But yeah, import-export still seems to be probably the best way to make money in online. When you pair that with like VIP jobs, and when you pair that with the passive income of biker and gun running, then yeah, import-export still probably the best. Smuggler's run, hanger stuff, don't do it. It is not worth it at all. It is just absolutely terrible. The payouts and the associates don't get any extra money, which is so stupid. Why wouldn't the associates get money? It just seems as if Rockstar really dropped the ball on the business part of the Smuggler's Run update. All right, this next question comes from Ahmed, who says, do you think that if the ship DLC releases, will it be more expensive than Smuggler's Run? So I'm going to tie in any DLC with this. If any DLC releases, will it be more expensive than Smuggler's Run? I hope not. Smuggler's Run was kind of a slap in the face to everyone as far as the prices go. Like, it was extremely expensive with the amount of drip feed vehicles and the cost of them and the overall price of the vehicles that are in the game right now. Like, I think the grand total is like $88 million what you need for this update in total, which is like $760 worth of shark cards if you were to finance it all through real life money and through shark cards, which is just insane. I mean, totally ridiculous here that the prices would be the way they are. I don't think they will ever return to what they were in 2014 and early 2015, which is unfortunate. So yeah, maybe the next update will be more expensive because they seem to just top each other. Gun running was the most expensive. Now Smuggler's Run is the most expensive. God, I don't even want to know. Will there be an update that actually reaches over the price tag of $100 million in order to buy everything? That would just be absolutely ridiculous. Okay, our next question comes from Vader for the win 810, who says, do you think they will release more than one vehicle on Tuesday? It's a possibility, but I don't think Rockstar is going to do that. I think they're going to do one vehicle at a time, because if you think about it, they still have to drag out like a bunch of vehicles till Halloween and even beyond that if they do the transform races. So no, I think they're going to do one vehicle at a time. My guess is that we're going to be getting the Bombushka on Tuesday. But once again, I was kind of wrong last week, so who knows? Although I think people will freak out if there is not a new vehicle that is going to be released on Tuesday. So hopefully that's the case, but in case you're curious, that's when the tunables are indeed set to update. Moving on, we have a question from Melvin, who says, with Halloween approaching, what, if any, new content could we see other than the Vigilante, of course? So the Vigilante is most definitely going to be this year's Halloween vehicle. Speaking of the vehicles, I would imagine that Rockstar would add back the existing ones, so like the Frankenstein and the Lurcher. So I'm assuming if you don't have those, it will be available. Same with the Sanctus bike. If you don't have that, it'll probably be available to purchase too. So that'll be pretty fun for people that didn't get a chance to take advantage of all that content. Also, the masks and the face paint will likely be returning, so you can buy those. Although I wish Rockstar would do something cool, whether it's a new adversary mode, even though they did one of those last year. I think it was called Angels versus Demons or something like that. I wish they would make the world a little bit more dynamic, like add scary pumpkins to the game, or add, bats that fly around the city or something like that, or a blackout that happens on Halloween Day. I wish we would get some more dynamic stuff other than, just what we have in the game. But at a minimum, I think it would be cool if Rockstar added costumes in the game. So they don't have to be real-life characters, but they could be like Impotent Rage or, the Republican Space Ranger. Allow us to dress up in costumes. That could actually be pretty awesome, especially for the time around Halloween. That actually sounds pretty cool. Now, speaking of the Vigilante, we have another question from Petey Pan, who says, the Vigilante, the Batmobile, you need to use the MOC to customize it. Do you think it will have any research with it? So, luckily, the short answer to that is no. The Vigilante is not going to have research. I don't know why it needs the MOC to be upgraded. It's just another Rockstar logic right there. I don't really understand why that's the case, but no. It doesn't have research. It has missiles on it, but those don't require research in order to unlock it. You just have to do that at the MOC. Again, I'm not sure why we couldn't just do that at Los Santos Custom Shop, Maybe because it's weaponized. I'm really not too sure. But no, it won't need research. It just has an upgrade to get missiles. All right, our next question comes from Matthew Clark, who says, Ross, what are you hoping for in this year's Festive Surprise 2017? So a lot of the same from this Halloween. I'd like to see a new vehicle. Although with the Christmas updates, Rockstar's vehicles have been rather lacking. They're just normal cars. At least for the Halloween ones, they've been Halloween themed. So a genuine Christmas or Festive Surprise themed car. Obviously, the snow returning would be cool. I'd love it if the world became a little bit more dynamic. Like we could have lights that appeared on the buildings. They do a pretty good job with like the Christmas trees in our apartments and stuff like that. But I wish it was just a little bit more to make us feel more in the Christmas and holiday spirit during that Festive Surprise time. And our final question today comes from Thomas Down, who says, how long do you think it will be before GTA 6 or a new installment in the GTA series is released? It's going to be a long time. So we got Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out next. Then I would imagine there will be another game like Bully 2 or another Max Payne or something like that. And then after that is when I think we will be able to see the next GTA game. I really do think it's going to be like 3 or 4 or 5 years, which is unfortunate. But the success of Grand Theft Auto Online and the fact that they got to get other games out first is probably going to delay it. It might be the longest gap between GTA games that we've ever seen. And our last question comes from SoccerBoy1021, who says, how many DLCs do you think we have left till the end of Grand Theft Auto Online? I'm not sure because I don't think we know when the end of Grand Theft Auto Online is going to be. I think we've seen the new trend where we're going to be getting fewer and fewer updates and they're going to have more drip feed vehicles packaged into them. But at the end of the day, I don't think anyone knows that answer till Rockstar. There could be 2 DLCs left. There could be 8 DLCs left. We really just don't know. But anyways, that's all the questions that I'm going to be answering in this week's Q&A video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. As always, if you want to get involved in the next one, all you got to do is go down in the description. Follow me on Twitter and use the hashtag AskBoss, and you might find yourself featured in the next one. If you did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.